What I loved about working with Rob is I felt like finally the first time in my life have I met someone who can keep up with Aaron. I think it was that pairing of your two superpowers that made this season 2 so magical.
They're a force. And I like to work with a force.
Even though Rob is like this amazing visionary and so creative and like stretches the limits of what's possible, he's also so consistent and predictable. His hair usually gets real wild because he's like doing that.
Well, yeah, the later in the day it goes, like especially like when we're doing interviews, he's like thinking. He's so in his head, but he starts rubbing his scalp, and then by the end of the day, his hair is totally wild, but he doesn't realize it. He looks like a mad scientist.
I know, he does look pretty wild. He's always moving. Like, he's a jumpy little guy.
I'm sure his mind is the same way.
Yeah.
But he's thinking ahead to all the ways we're going to cut that with this thing and make this. And like he's seeing into the future and trying to make sure that we get it in the present.
The way that he can see something far before it happens is wild.
I mean, he's involved in like every step of the process from like pre-production through the final edits. He just has this like overarching extensive knowledge of the story and each episode.
Every single frame, every single scene. Like, I don't understand how he does it.
It's magic, like it's moving magic, it's insane. I don't even know how he can think that way. His brain is wild and beautiful and incredible.
It's beautiful because it's a constant pursuit of perfection. Like, it's not settling.
Not even a nice job. Nice job. Can you do that again?
He's always like, great job, but can we try that again? You know, if you hear great job, you have to do it again.
That's great, but can you do it again?
That was great. Let's do it again.
All right, that's helpful. Let's do it again, and I'm going to say flip this time.
But then if you hear tremendous, that's the thing we go for. Like, if Rob says tremendous, it means we get to stop.
That was tremendous.
Yes.
That was so good.
Sometimes it's actually true right on. That was great, but I think there's something else there. That's how good things become great. And that's how great things become even better.
Just let's roll on this. Go ahead. The director's job is basically to bring the vision of the show to life. What story are we telling? How are we telling it? What does it look like? How is it paced out in the edit? What does the color look like? I mean, anything that revolves around like kind of the creativity behind the show that's what I'm ultimately in charge of. I don't have training in filmmaking. I didn't go to film school. I started in journalism and came at this career in a very roundabout way. And so basically, I just do everything kind of by my gut and what feels right and what I think is right for the story, for the people, for the crew, for the creative approach. And I kind of wing it, honestly, like, which is where I'm most comfortable, is just like going with how my emotion is telling me to go. And I really believe in serendipity. If you're telling an honest story, it's always going to be more interesting than some like created vision that is in at least my head. And so I just try to follow that and like make room for that. Without the team around me, I would never, ever be even remotely successful. Mostly I just try to stay out of people's way, you know?
Getting to watch Rob work with everyone individually and meeting them where they're at and finding a way to get the best out of every person involved in this project and also holding that really big picture vision. I've learned so much about working with others and collaboration and what's possible when you bring a group of people together that all care so much, but you definitely need a leader. Like it doesn't just happen on its own.
Bye.